So I'm Megan MacDonald. I'm a painter from Toronto. I'm born in Ontario, raised in rural Ontario, and I have a studio in Toronto. And this is the body of work Lux for Galerie Youn. So the process, these are all oil paintings, and how I actually start is I collect the objects or porcelain figurines. Kind of have a large collection going in my studio. I try and find ones that kind of speak to me or reminiscent of childhood, Disney movies, things that I grew up on. So a lot of unicorns, mermaids, Bambis. And then I photograph them. A lot of the times I like to set up kind of certain landscapes or moods or lighting. This body of work really focused on the lighting that I used for each piece. I was really interested in that idea of like the divine light or something being bathed in really beautiful light and making it really important. So I document the figurines and then I try and paint them in a very traditional manner. So a lot of oil paint, very small brush, small brush. And I'm interested in referencing traditional painting because I find there's a good history there, especially as a female painter. And I kind of want to play off that. I want to take something very serious, the practice of painting, and turn them into very fun images, something kind of nostalgic, cute, kitschy. So the current show Lux, the title references kind of, it's the measurement of light hitting and reflecting off an object, which I thought was really interesting because it also reminds me of luxury and like gold and diamonds and shiny stuff, which is kind of, the porcelain is really cheap, but I wanted to make it very luxurious. It's something very beautiful, but in a kind of jokingly way. And the show itself, the body of work is kind of like, I see them as portraits of subjects instead of objects. So I'm trying to kind of bring life to these things that don't really have a life and kind of sit on Goodwill shelves. So yeah, it was really a focus on like bringing these things to life in each individual character. So there's a lot of singular objects. I think there's only one piece, the unicorns, that has two subjects in it. And that's kind of branching off into the next work. The next body of work I want to make explores more of the environment and the narrative of these characters. But Lux is really about the subjects themselves and kind of the paradigm of they're not really important, but I want to make them important because the whole idea of them was very important to me growing up. The whole idea of like these Disney films and these characters, and I think there's something interesting there to be explored.